Hey there, my name is Carrie Carlson. I'm a nationally board certified art teacher currently at Thornridge High School. This will be my 20th year teaching, and I've split those years between the science and art department. I've been at all three schools in our district, and I'm really excited to share with you this communication tool. So normally we would teach this through a skit, but COVID, so we're going to be using some sock puppets to have a little conversation. Hey Dan, stop interrupting the lesson. I'm so sick of asking you to pay attention. I was paying attention. Why are you always picking on me? Why are you always talking and disrupting class? Oh man, why do you gotta be like that? I hate this class. What did you say? I said, I hate this class. That's it. Get out of here. We don't need that kind of garbage attitude in this classroom. Go see your dean before I call security. Right? Oh, escalation. With that kind of approach, there's no way to save face or restore the situation. It becomes a battle of wills. Moving forward, that can really hurt the relationship, but we have a different way to communicate. So we're going to talk about a strategy called OTFD. What's it called? That's right, OTFD. And it's just a structure to help formulate a communication method that can be very, very effective.
All right, so OTFD, sometimes remembered as open the front door. Let's talk about what those letters actually stand for. The O is for observations, and this is a time to just lay out the facts. I noticed this. I can see this happening. I heard this. It's a time to just lay out clear facts without assigning any meaning or blame behind them. Just lay out what's there in clear terms. T is for thoughts. So this is an opportunity to give the person that you're with the benefit of the doubt. It is not a time to be snarky or sarcastic or put people on the defensive. Your thoughts are a way to take the side of assuming that they have your best interest and their best interest and good communication at heart. What could be the reason behind what's happening? And it gives people a chance to consider for themselves maybe their own reasoning, but it also helps to lower people's defense mechanism when you give them kind of an out, what could be there. So it's to help dispel a bunch of anxiety or escalate the situation. Then we get to F, which is for feelings. Now, there's a reason that feelings come third in this structure. It's because sometimes when our feelings are really heightened, they can cause an amygdala hijacking, meaning our amygdala deep inside our brain can send out neurotransmitters that override our cognitive functioning. And so instead of being calm and level-headed, we get fired up. Maybe we're angry or we're frustrated or we're scared or whatever it is. And that can derail our attempts to have calm, clear, mindful communication. And so we do observations and thoughts first because they're more cognitive, and it gives our own brains a chance to calm down a bit before we handle our feelings. And when we get to the feelings, again, it's not a time to be blaming or shouting at the person we're communicating with. It's a time to lay out in I statements how we're feeling, to try to generate some connection and empathy there. So I'm feeling frustrated because of this. I'm feeling disrespected. I'm feeling nervous. I'm feeling lonely or left out. Whatever the situation is, don't belabor it for sure, but it's not a time to blame either. It's just a time to be honest and vulnerable with the person you're speaking with. And then the last one, D, stands for desires. Now, we don't use that word very often in communication, especially with students, but the idea behind it is, how do you want to move forward? How can we restore the situation or progress the relationship in a healthy way? So it could be, moving forward, I would appreciate if you would wait until we're done with whatever. Or let's say somebody returns a cell phone they borrowed from you with a big crack in the screen. Desire could look something like, hey, I'd appreciate it if you'd help me cover the cost of getting that repaired. Desire is not a chance to just zing somebody with an unrealistic expectation. So if somebody returns a cell phone to me with a cracked screen and I'm super frustrated. If I say to them, well, my desire is that you'll buy me 10 new iPhone 10s, that's unrealistic and it's not going to help move the relationship forward. So the desire needs to be appropriate and achievable so that the other person has an opportunity to make amends or to change direction with behaviors or whatever it is in the relationship that needs to move forward. So let's review. Say them with me. The O stands for observations. T is for thoughts. F is for feelings. And D is for desires. Now, with all four of those, you don't need to use those exact words. We don't usually speak like that. I wouldn't go up to a kid and be like, I've observed that your supplies are never with you during, class. But I might say, hey, I noticed that most days you don't have a pencil with you. What can I do to support you? How you word it is up to you as long as the intent is true to what the words OTFD stand for. So make it your own, but make it with integrity and mindfulness. All right, so let's take a look back at those puppets and see if the teacher puppet could resolve that situation without escalating heightened emotions, etc., by using an OTFD. So let's see what that could look like. See if you can pick out the OTFD. Hey, Dan, I've noticed a lot of side conversations while I'm giving instructions to the whole class. I think maybe you're having a hard time hearing the directions or seeing the whiteboard, or maybe you already know what to do and so you're bored. Either way, I'm pretty frustrated that your conversations are distracting to others around you. If you'd like to move closer so you can see and hear better, that's fantastic. You're welcome to move up, even if it's just during the directions. But if you're bored and talking to friends, please wait until after the instructions so that everyone else can hear more clearly. Thank you so much. So we have no control over how students will respond to us. All we can do is control how we present our concerns or our information. But using an OTFD can really help to de-escalate a situation and help students feel as respected as we want them to try to have a more efficient, effective classroom situation, just more respect all around. They're a lot more likely to respond in a way that moves everybody forward when we use an OTFD instead of coming at them with this big me authority kind of an attitude. So give it a try.
OTFD is a great tool to have in your tool belt. It's a wonderful way to approach a difficult or uncomfortable conversation with a friend or family member. So often just writing out an OTFD response has helped to calm me down and give me mindful clarity about how to address the situation. I've used them in emails to colleagues and administrators. It's a great way to dispel any tension about a situation. It's also a great strategy to use when giving an authentic compliment. I've noticed so many of my teacher friends, including you, going above and beyond in recent days and weeks to learn new strategies to teach more effectively remotely this fall. And for some people that looks like taking workshops and going through extra trainings. For some of us it's getting our home studios set up so we can do video conferencing with our kiddos. And I just think that speaks so highly of our profession and our willingness to be creative and flexible and patient, especially in unusual circumstances. I'm feeling really proud to be a teacher. I'm just really proud to be a part of all that. And my desire moving forward is that we'll continue to learn and grow and celebrate. This fall is not just about survival, it's about celebrating flexibility and celebrating patience and creativity, because we get better at things that we practice, and we're going to get a lot of opportunities to practice being creative and flexible and patient, and I think that's something to celebrate. So give it a try. Try out an OTFD on a friend or family member in the next couple weeks and see how it feels. The more you practice, the more comfortable it will become, and the less you'll have to work through the steps every time. Have a great rest of your day.